Very good evening to all. Welcome all for another session of Holistic Health. Me, Ekta Gupta. I will be moderating the session for today. And Mr. Kiran Kurwade, he will be the discussant and he will take forward the discussion of today. And now it's time to welcome our speaker, Anuradha Chawla. She is a corporate trainer with 20 years of experience in strategic leadership development, human resources operations. She is a founder of Bbetter HR Solutions. She is COO of Punjab Angels Network. She has published the books. She is an author. She is a certified coach, POSH trainer, international speaker, and empanelled with NITTTR, Ministry of HRD, Government of India, management trainer at the Center for IAS and other competitive exams, Punjab University, advisory board member of Mittal Institute of Hospitality, Punjab startup mentor with Teerthanker
Teerthanker Mahaveer.
Yeah. So Mahaveer University, Moradabad, mentor with Startup Punjab and Startup Accelerator Chamber of Commerce, SACC India, president of Life Skill Council's Women Indian Chamber of Commerce and Industry, mentor with Agla Academy, Nigeria. So we welcome Anuradha ji, and today's topic is very interesting. It's about self-awareness. We know पूरी दुनिया को जानते हैं, लेकिन खुद के बारे में हम नहीं जानते. So that's what our today's topic is. So from now, I hand over the discussion to Mr. Kiran Kurwade.
First of all, thank you very much, Ekta. This is really wonderful platform to co-explore and co-evolve. And I have been watching, all those audio and video talks and daily updates of Aflatun, if I may call most respectfully Aflatun Anuradha. Okay.
I like that name.
Thanks. Okay. So my straight question to you is when it comes to self-awareness. Yeah. See, I have a couple of questions from your book as well. I'm going to touch upon, later on. But the first question is, let's explore. What do you mean by self in the context of holistic health? What do you mean by self? Is it, the self only confined to the flesh and the bones? And then this suffix called awareness, right? So, I'll make it very clear, because we all are, walking the path of spiritualism, spirituality, whatever, in our own way. So people, talk about Sakshi Bhav, being a witness, They say if you are angry or you are maybe in a certain turmoil, so you need to ask yourself, who is that, or rather, what is that which is getting irritated? And that is one. And second, who is that or what is that which is observing that, right? But sometimes, it's like a bouncer for many people, including myself. Yeah. But then I'm not going to talk about myself, my realization. I want to know from your side. I hope my question is clear. Am I audible?
Very clear. And I'm writing so that I can touch upon all the parts and that observant part as well and that angry part as well. So I'm just making notes. Let's take that. And that's such an interesting question. I think we can complete the session on this because it's all about self and about the consciousness, awareness, right? So that's going to be our topic for today. So first of all, I welcome all of you. Thank you so much for giving me the right to talk to you and share my learnings. So would Kiran and Ekta, we make a team so that we can actually feel happy and satisfied because this is our drive. This, keeps us going, talking to people and making them aware and improving everybody's life, in turn feeling that, fulfilling our wishes, our desires to help others. So it's helping us as well as others. Now let's talk about what Kiran has just asked, self, right? What is self? So I have been a corporate trainer and I've been in corporate since 20 years, but, every topic I talk about, maybe it is time management, it is leadership, it is what all management topics we have. Every management topic is actually bringing us to self. If I talk about time management, who can manage time? It is 24 hours in the clock. Can you change it to 25 hours? No. It is about managing yourself to be optimum level in your energies, in your capacities to use those 24 hours. You have a fitness freak who is like, living a balanced diet and live balanced life, taking a balanced diet, exercise, everything. And you have an obese person who by choice, he's or she's a couch potato, doesn't want to do anything. Both of them are managing their time, right? So it is not managing your time, it is managing yourself, your self discipline. मुझे क्या मेरे अंदर एक सेल्फ डिसिप्लिन की भावना है? वो कब आएगी? मुझे यहाँ बैठकर चिप्स खाने में बहुत मजा आएगा, राइट? सिगरेट पीने में मजा आ रहा है, शराब पीने में मजा आ रहा है, बहुत मजा आ रहा है. Everything I will do, but if I love myself enough, I will know that, okay, even if I am taking any intoxicant, even if I am indulging, what is that optimum level that will not impact my health adversely, right? And that self-discipline will come if I respect myself, if I love myself, right? So if you talk to somebody, I had a client, he was a case of substance abuse. So he would smoke all day long and he came for a coaching session. I said, look, mister, you need to learn self-love. You don't love yourself. He said, kya baat hai? I love myself. I said, okay, you are a father of a newborn. So do you love your daughter? What kind of a stupid question, Anuradha? I love my daughter. So I said, okay, you love your daughter. So when she's an appropriate age, would you let her smoke? Would you coach her कि भैया cigarette ऐसे पीते हैं, substance abuse ऐसे करते हैं? He said, are you crazy? I will never do that. I love her. I said, this is love. You don't love yourself enough. That is why you are just, wasting your life. You are throwing yourself in front of the bus and then you are cribbing. My health is not good. Right? So that is self, and that is self-awareness. Only when you have awareness, right? What is awareness? Who makes me happy? What makes me happy? What makes me think differently? Who inspires me? Who motivates me? Right? What, who, how, about you. So जब अपने बारे में knowledge हो जाएगी ना, बहुत समझ आ जाएगा कि ये मुझे पसंद है, ये मेरे do's and don'ts हैं. लोगों के कारण मैं नहीं हूं, अपने कारण मैं हूं. I love my own company. जब मुझे अकेले बैठ के पूरा दिन में घबराहट and anxiety नहीं होगी ना, then I am a whole. Then I understand that this is me, myself, mine, मेरा, मैं. मुझे अपनी कंपनी पसंद है. अगर मुझे अपनी कंपनी पसंद नहीं है तो मैं किरण को जाके तो बोर कर दूंगी ना. किरण कहेगा वो बोर कर दिया भाई. सो पहले मुझे अपनी कंपनी पसंद आनी चाहिए, फिर मेरे को किसी और की कंपनी पसंद आएगी. Right? That is self, and that is self-awareness. If I'm answering your question, Kiran.
Yeah, I will just unmute. Okay. That was like very well responded, very holistically responded. And
Thank
you respond, see, which I really love is the way you respond is like, you are able to make even a 5-year-old kid, child to understand in a very simple way. You don't get into the complexity of spiritual web and all those things. बहुत ही सहजता से, सरलता से आपने explain करा. But then, okay, just consequent to this question, when you are saying, the self is this, when it comes to social existence, because we exist as a family. You give an example of the daughter, father-daughter relationship, and, we need to care each other because we don't live in, kind of a standalone kind of a thing, right? That is one. But see, nowadays, it's not just the infotech, as we are aware, like biotech, it's going in leaps and bounds, right? Every day is like a new eye opener for us. I'm talking about information, knowledge. Though that, basic thing is there to take care of self And the self, when we enlarge that radius, family is contained into that. And few people say, नहीं यार family नहीं यार, उसमें थोड़ी सी community भी डाल दो, देश भी डाल दो, पूरी दुनिया डालो. But that's okay. What I'm saying is, information. Okay, I'll make it very simple. Information. So, is it possible, Anuradha? Is there any way that I get this absolute clarity, clash of thunder, that this is me, this is self, and then information will come step by step. That's okay, but I know that I can't do this and I have to do this. Is it kind of a clarity which is called self? I don't know if I'm asking, am I understandable?
I understood you. Kiran, there is another, okay, so probably Kranti is also online and your voice is echoing. Okay, so
Unmute.
mute, yeah.
Sorry, thanks.
No, it helped. Though your voice was a little echoing, if I gather, see, you have a very subtle way of reminding Anuradha it is about holistic. It is not about standalone. So I get reminded. So the question is about the social aspect of holistic health. So let's understand. First of all, Ekta has really brought us all together to discuss about holistic health and how self-awareness, fits in that holistic health. So when you talk about holistic health, holistic के लिए आपके दो तरह के words आते हैं. Let's get to the chat window. Tell me, what do you understand by holistic? कोई मुझे बताना चाहता है कि holistic का मतलब क्या है? Okay, so I would request the host and co-host if you can open the chat window for people to answer.
Ekta, that's
If
really
it is
good.
feasible. So feasible. So while we get those rights, if we get those rights, till then, let's talk about holistic. See, holistic can be taken as holy, HOLISM, holism, and also WHOLE, whole, right? So we can take it as both holism and whole. So when we talk about holistic health, that the topic is related to self-awareness. So holistic is about all the 9 pillars. It is about, our existence, which is physical, spiritual, emotional. It is about our occupational awareness also, right? Then it goes to our intellectual being. When I read, I feel so happy. So yesterday I took a day off. I said, ho jayega kaam, lump it. I want to spend time with myself and my books. So I did not take my calls. I did not respond to my WhatsApp. I was a spoilt girl. And I like to be spoilt girl because nobody spoilt me in life. I am spoiling myself, right? That is my relationship with self. What happens otherwise? क्या होता है? Self के जगह क्या हो जाता है? We are depending on our fathers, sisters, brothers, husband, blah, ABC to pamper us, to spoil us. Why do that? Do it to yourself, right? So that is very, very important. Then we don't depend on others. हम लोगों पे नहीं डिपेंड करते हैं कि कटोरा लेकर भीख का, हाय मुझे प्यार करो, हाय मेरी तारीफ करो, मुझे गिफ्ट लेकर दो. So when it is my birthday, I go and I really do a lot of shopping for myself, and that is me giving gifts to myself. So I'm not expecting from others, right? That is the kind of goodness, that is the kind of holistic approach you need to have towards yourself and then the society, right? We are social beings. If you send a person to a jungle, it is really very difficult to survive there. Why? Because we are social beings. We also need our social circle. That brings happiness to us. When we meet people, when we greet people, when we feel that security around others. So we are a whole, it is like WHOLE whole and HOLIY whole, both holy. So that is what the entire holistic approach is. And that is where we are talking about self, how I am with myself, how I am learning. And actually it is like, I'm learning from myself as well. If I do something wrong, we say, no, You learn from your experiences. तो गलती की और मैंने सीख लिया, अगली बार नहीं करना. Right? So that is why we are not just standalone. Me and Vasudev Kutumbakam. We are all connected.
How to remain self-aware, Anuradha? Because many times, we human beings, we are emotional beings. Many times we tend to get bogged down by the negativity. Some incidents happens at office or maybe the client or someone, maybe near and dear ones. And then that we get, clouded by that. And sometimes, it becomes very difficult to come out of that haziness and as we age, I have seen people in 40s and 50s that becomes kind of OCD, and people love to ruminate that. People love to remain into that negative zone, and they don't want to become self-aware, because the moment when you become self-aware, the yardstick is that you are moving from negativity to positivity. I mean, the entire spectrum of positivity, all those things. So what is your, I want to ask, what is your mantra of remaining so self-aware, because you are epitome of all those 9 pillars you're talking about. I mean, look at your fitness, physical presence, and your mental strength, and your spiritual awareness, everything, and your social quotient is so high, so glamorous. So how you keep yourself self-aware? What is your mantra?
See, one point is here, Kiran. Nobody is, same at all times. We all have our ups and downs, high and low point. But if I am expecting myself to be self-aware and healing myself when I'm at my lowest, I will be fooling myself. So it is like preparing yourself for the worst. So worst time comes, but are we prepared for them? So we have to prepare when we are in our good times. So they are called anchors. We need to have our anchors, social anchors, emotional anchors. So we need to know, if, let's say, if I am feeling sad, if I am feeling bad about something and emotionally, let's say, drained out, who is my go-to person? That is your emotional anchor. That's the way. If, like, people, they like to anchor, and they like to feel comfortable, and they feel happy when they're around their kids, or when you are around some particular people, some friends, or physical environment. The moment I am at my home, my place, my bedroom, I feel very happy that, okay, I am in my safe space. So you need to know all those anchors, your anchors, emotional anchor, my social anchor. So I know I have to go to my mom if I'm not feeling good about something. I need to talk to my sister. She will resonate with my emotion, my feeling, and at least she will hear me out. So that is how everyone has to keep that. We call, in our layman language, we call it our support system. So we need to know physically, if I am, displaced, this is the place where I'll be fine. And anyways, it is said motion changes emotion. So the moment you feel that, you feel uncomfortable, I mean, it leads to even panic attacks. So you need to know your 5 senses. You need to just change and use that. So we use this simple method for anxiety. किसी को anxiety हो रही है, okay, put ice in their hands or lemon in their mouth, right? So what happens? It triggers sensation change हो जाती है. So it is very important we understand that motion changes emotion. Somebody is crying, move them from that place कि okay, चलो इधर बैठ के बात करते हैं, उधर चले जाते हैं. So that ways we need to understand what is my go-to place, or go-to person, or go-to situation, or go-to book, or go-to food, something that will just change and make me feel comfortable. We all need to learn to calm ourselves. So I have a huge list of questionnaire. It is all about how do you calm yourself? How do you talk to yourself? How do you take your own opinions? So we need to know about ourselves. Self-awareness is the key.
That's really, really wonderful, Anuradha. I was making a note of it, and we're talking about, preparing for the worst, like we try to be comfortable with uncomfortable, which I can conclude. And then you're talking about anchors, which most people talk about, I think, affirmations, though we also have, charts, where all those pasted on our walls. So I think these anchors really work, whenever you are lost, you need to get reminded by those anchors is a really very good technique, I think, really awesome. Yeah. Okay. So maybe if I can take your question from your book. See, in your book, there are so many wonderful chapters, and this is related with self-awareness, and relationship is a mirror, where we see ourselves. ऐसा मतलब फर्ज करो कि अगर कोई है ही नहीं दुनिया में, तो फिर पता नहीं चलता है कि एक्चुअली हम कितने पानी में हैं, राइट? एक बहुत ही कॉमन किस्सा है, फेमस नहीं, कॉमन किस्सा है व्हेन इट कम्स टू स्पिरिचुअलिटी। जो मेडिटेटर होता है, किसी केव में जाके कई सालों तक मेडिटेशन करता है, and then he thinks that he is able to overcome anger, he is able to conquer that anger. तो जब वो नीचे आता है तो कोई उसको बंदा पूछता है, लेमैन, वो पूछता है कि आपने क्या पाया? तो कहता है कि आई एम एबल टू कॉन्कर एंगर। कहता अच्छा, कहता क्या बोला आपने? कहता आई एम एबल टू कॉन्कर एंगर। कहता मुझे सुनाई नहीं दे रहा, फिर से बोलो आप। एंड ही शाउट्स, तुम्हें सुनाई नहीं देता? आई एम एबल टू कॉन्कर एंगर, ऑल दोस थिंग्स, एंड ही बिकम्स वेरी एंग्री. Then down he goes, to downside, and he looks at things, and then he says, "Oh my God, still the same thing, shit everywhere," and he becomes more angry. So what I'm trying to indicate, I think you all understand, is relationship really matters a lot, and I think there you are talking about there must be love in your life, but never build your life merely in your love life. So ये मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगा actually. This I was carrying even when I was in Thailand. This is a very good book, and this is a very good friend of mine. So do you want to throw some light on this?
Sure, why not? So you give so many ideas. I really have to pick which one to answer first. So first of all, you
I'm so sorry
talked
because I
about,
have so many questions. Yeah.
so you
I do
talked
have.
about relationship is like, mirror. When you are talking to somebody, it is like you are seeing your own emotions there. So
Yeah.
this is really very true. I'll tell you, very true is actually again a wrong statement. This is absolutely true. How? See, let me give you an example, quick example. So it is like, let's say I am a very good cook. I cook very well, right? And I've made a sumptuous meal for the people. I lay down the table. Somebody takes a bite and says, Anuradha, you are such a, what will I assume? That the person is going to praise, right? So such an amazing chef or such an amazing cook. That's what I'm expecting. So I'll be all happy to answer that, yeah, I know, I use this book or I have learned it from here and there. But let's say in my heart, I know that I'm not a good cook. I don't cook well. And I made something. The person takes a bite and is about to say something. Anuradha, the food today is, I'll say, shut up, don't tell me, eat, right? Don't give me all the jigri pogri, whatever. मैंने बना दिया, खा लो चुप करके. That is what I meant about relationship. So a lot of times we are broken inside. We are going through something and we see that in our relationship, in our friends, in our relatives, in probably our spouse. It happens, right? So there are a lot of times the other party is not that wrong, but we feel that this person has wronged me or is not good to me. So probably a person with less self-worth will always look for that recognition which the person never got, right? And the spouse or the parent doesn't even know that I have to acknowledge every time I have to clap, right? So that is how Gen Z is being brought up. Gen Z is like, you take first step and parents are clapping. You eat your food and the parents are clapping. So what happens when they join jobs? They expect the superior to every time say, wow, you did a great job. And that is the problem in corporates also these days. That's why I think, we have to stop being a beggar, expecting acknowledgement, recognition. And we should feel, wow, I did good today. Yesterday, I read 50 pages. Today, I've read 60. Thumbs up. Somewhere we have to pat our backs so that we are not begging for acknowledgement. That's the first
really,
part, right?
That's really great. Inconsequent to your response, it was so true. And keeping in mind the Gen Z, okay. So sometimes, the Gen Zs, we all have these tendencies to try to be different. For example, in a family, there are 3 brothers, 1 sister. and say two brothers are like, too good in academics or something like. So one brother, tries to be, impressing parents by, being good in fitness or maybe sports or something like, isn't it? So my question to you, with this background, with this context, like you said, we should not expect from people, stop expecting from people that they should appreciate, right? Huh? How much we should, expect, where we should say, okay, we should not, because people will expect, especially, Gen Z, I mean, youngsters, be it any generation during that time, because we are always looking at dopamine, right? That reward, reward chemical, ki yaar, maine itna अच्छा कर रहा हूँ यार, तारीफ तो कर दे. They will have this. So if philosophically, theoretically, it's okay to say that, we should not expect. But then practically, any tip you would like to give to Gen Z?
See, before the Gen Z, I think it goes for all of us as well. Not one size fits all. That kind. So if we are comparing our kids, it is so unfair on our part to compare our kids. If let's say if my son is scoring less marks, somebody else's, my friend's son is scoring more, I should not be comparing. Probably my son is better in some other activities. Or there are kids who are street smart, very fast, and they will just wherever they go, they will dominate. But there are other kids who are geeks, who like to be in themselves, a little introvert. So we should not somewhere start comparing our kids, especially not in front of them. And we actually, I always say, we don't communicate through language. We communicate through our hearts. So if I am feeling that my son is inferior in ABC category, my son will understand that where she's coming from. This is what she feels about me. So it's very important that we don't compare. We don't compare ourselves with others. See, I have spent a major portion of my life, I'll say, in self, worth issues, that I'm not good enough. My sisters are more beautiful than me. And who did that to me? The society. The society actually said that, they are better in this aspect than her. So it came to me. Same way, today I saw, I was at a session at St. John's School, and there was a kid who wanted to answer my question. He was he was short in height compared to his friends. So the other guy looked at him and said, Khada to ho ja.
Oh.
He was already standing. He was like very short in height compared to that guy. So I stopped him. I said, isn't it bullying? Why did you say that? Right? What did you do with that extra height you have? Why are you comparing yourself? He is unique, so are you. But you're not supposed to bully a friend. So the session topic and everything just changed to again that, holistic living. If Ekta, you are not happy, or if Vivek, you are not happy, I will not be happy. That is what the concept of Ubuntu is, right? If anybody, have you ever noticed when you are crossing the road, you stop at the traffic light and there is a beggar and a child who is crying? All of a sudden, something contracts in you. Even if you are laughing, if you're having fun, अंदर से कुछ बुरा feel होता है. What is that? That is what it is all about. Holistic, social. आप खुश नहीं हो तो मैं खुश नहीं हूं. Right? So instead of hurting each other, we are not going to build on each other's, if we are thinking of building on each other's grave. No. We are only going to build if we make that human pyramid together. That is what I think holistic view of self-awareness is. Again, connecting yourself to everyone.
Yeah. Anuradha, recently I bumped on a very good short reel though, and this lady was talking about, stop people labeling your children. Now, I think somebody commented about her daughter that her daughter is little shy, and the daughter was looking at her mom, and the mom rectified then and there. No, my daughter is not shy. She takes time to understand people. So now your this incident at St. John's, it's my personal question. It's my personal struggle rather. whenever I come across this kind of situation, my first thought comes to my mind is, sorry, I don't know how I should speak, without sounding wrong, because this is a public forum. I feel agitated, अनुराधा. मुझे बहुत गुस्सा आता है उस बंदे पे जब वो किसी की इंसल्ट करता है. So sometimes, it takes time to gather myself, that try to remain cool, calm, composed, because I can't withstand, I can't, injustice, insult, towards anyone for that matter, especially those who are weak in some sense. But then I tend to go a little sarcastic. This is my personal struggle. I go a little sarcastic, और फिर मैं उसको वहीं सुनाई देता हूँ क्लास के अंदर में, कुछ ना कुछ, जिसने अगर कुछ गलत किया है तो सुना देता हूँ. So how to overcome this thing, because then when I discuss with my wife, she says, this is for the audience also. She says, as long as your conditioning is a kind of a warrior, that's my background, my father being an army, and we have been all raised, in generation X. We have gone through that kind of struggle in life. So as long as there is a hero, there is a warrior, there is a person who gets into justice, for example, say Batman. So there will be always villain, and the moment when there is no villain, there is no point in being a hero. So this is my personal agony, this is my personal struggle. Can you give me some tips, to overcome that? I don't know, maybe some of the people would be also having that. The moment when they see little wrongdoing, little injustice, they get agitated, and then we all have, some way to overcome that. And some people, unfortunately, they let go. I'm not a person who will let go. मैं सुना देता हूँ उसको वहीं पे.
See, Kiran, I think we all are in a journey. We are all learning every day, every moment we are learning something. So somewhere I feel that, even the person who is being mean has a background, has gone through something in their life which has made them such. So, people who are bullying probably in their childhood, or their parents have been bullies, or their brothers, elder siblings, so they have also gone through something. So we have to have that empathy, that compassion towards everyone, and we don't have to take it personally. That's very important. I know if we feel bad about stuff, what will happen? I mean, being in the position of authority like you can be rash also, you can say anything, but at the end of it, for us, we have to be fair, we have to be unbiased to everyone. So we can just show them the mirror, and learning happens when they are convinced. If you will tell me that mind your ways, you were not nice to Ekta, so what will happen? I will say, okay, let Kiran go, he is in authority, I will tell Ekta later, right? But if you show me by your own methodology how I had been mean to Ekta, next time I will operate from that space of contrite, that space of guilt, that okay, I was wrong there, and I have to make it up to her, that ways. So that is, I know it is easier said than done, but we are all learning. So I think, yeah, that we can improve on that.
Amazing, Anuradha. You always make my day. Therefore, which is why I follow you very madly. Even when your stories on Instagram, they really make my day. Really good. Awesome. So I think, I don't know, it's 6:45. Are we done?
If there are any questions from the audience, if there's anything, anybody likes to. Yeah.
I think we have started the session 10 minutes late, so we can, we have more time. We can take the discussion further. Kiran, if you have any other questions, then please continue.
I don't have as such. Whatever I could, I could feel, because I don't prepare. I believe in being spontaneous, and though I know you and Anuradha so well now, so we have been following each other's, stories on social media, so we come to know. So, but for the audience sake, I'm just representing audience, being a discussant. That's my responsibility. Do you have any question?
So one thing I would like to say about holistic health, about self-awareness, see, it's very important to understand how holistic living is important for all of us. I don't say go on extremes. है ना, कि फास्टिंग कर रहे हो तो फास्टिंग करते जा रहे हो, बहुत ज्यादा हेल्थ फ्रीक हो तो फ्रेंड्स के साथ में कभी फ्राइड ही नहीं खा रहे हो. आई डोंट से दैट, बट इट इज ऑलवेज इंपॉर्टेंट टू हैव अ बैलेंस, right kind of exercise. And exercise doesn't mean that you are working out for 3 hours 4 hours. abs banani zaruri nahi hai. हेल्दी होने के लिए एक्सरसाइज करके किरण की तरह एब्स नहीं बनाने की जरूरत है. दैट इज अनदर 1 step ahead or 2 steps or 7 steps. What is important is exercise is important, balanced diet is important. Then talk about social belongingness, having that kind of connect with people. That if you are upset, if you are not good, whom to call. Know your anchors. Don't wait for the worst time when you don't know anywhere and it is all dark. We work with unhealthy people. We work with people who are going through anxiety, depression. So we get to know that is the time they can't think about anything. But if you know that, yes, this is what I have to do, this is my plan, if I am not well, then you will know your emergency SOS situation. This is the person, this is the situation, this is the place. So holistically live. Occupation, you should work, you should never retire. There is no age for retirement. A lot of people think that, oh, I've worked a lot, I should retire. When you retire, then you retire and you do not indulge in any good activity, any work, happiness, so you feel again out of place. If you know the concept of Ikigai, the Japanese village where we have most centenarians, those people were interviewed, so they never retire. It's just different that if they were, lifting heavy weight, they will stop lifting heavy weights, but they will change their occupation accordingly. Community living. If somebody is going through a bad phase, you help them, right? So a little bit of charity, that also helps you. Kindness actually make you feel happy, make you feel healthier. So we need to bring out that balance. We need to be less, we shouldn't be mean. If somebody is wearing a short dress, we are so quick to judge that person. Why? If I am swimming, I cannot be swimming in my sari. I have to wear a costume or a bikini. You cannot judge me there. Right? And then say, look, that's the kind of person he or she is. If I'm holding a wine glass, I love my wine glass. Why would I not drink? Because that is not your morality. So we need to, come out of that meanness that we are spreading across. We need to be more positive, more accepting, more happier around our, physical environment. I think that is the way for a holistic living that I feel is important. And it brings back the same positivity to you. With that, I think
in the context of self-awareness, which we began with, like in the context of holistic health, and you explained so nicely, so holistically, giving so many techniques, see, self-awareness also, in the realms of, time management, change management, stress management, because that's what the self-awareness. So would you like to pass on some parting gift to the Gen Z? I mean, we all people that do this, adapt this, avoid this, adapt this, avoid this. 1 or 2 things.
Just try to be mindful and slow down a little. It is not important that if Kiran has 6 abs hoti hai na, Kiran?
Yeah, I have 4 because my body,
So it is,
like that.
yeah, so it is not important that Kiran has 4 abs, so we should go after it and, in the bargain, break my back. No. If Ekta has a beautiful garden, I don't have to have all those plants in my garden. I can just enjoy, see her garden and feel good about it. So we used to say that, enjoy window shopping. You don't have to bring the entire Elante or entire store to your house. So we need to be mindful and we need to be, we need to slow down a little. I can have some things and I can't have a few other. It is fine. But slow down hona bahut zaruri hai life mein. थोड़ा करो, enjoy करो, खाने पीने के लिए है, घर पे छत है, बहुत अच्छा है. Don't just be in the rat race.
That is. You mean to say, don't be hard on yourself, right?
Absolutely.
Slow, steadily, soulful, whatever.
And in
Accept
the
yourself.
flow state, you earn more. When you are
Mm.
in that flow state and you're enjoying what you are doing, you end up earning more.
Anuradha, this is the reason I really respect and enjoy company of respected women, ladies, because you people have this kind of grace and you are so stable. We men usually, I mean, there are exceptions. We are always in a hurry burry kind of a thing. Like patience की जो degree है और sacrificing abilities है आप में बहुत ज़्यादा है. I feel really blessed. Ekta, thank you very much for involving me at such beautiful podcast. Really great.
Yeah. Thank you, Ekta, and thank you everyone for being here. If you don't mind, can you switch on your videos so that we can see our audience as well?
We have few questions. We have a question in the chat box, and I also have a lot of questions.
Go ahead, please. Thank you, Nitika.
So,
Nikita.
Ayushi is here. So, Ayushi Sharma, she has a question. She is a MSc student, and she would like to ask that how to overcome anxiety while speaking in front of people.
Okay. See, one thing, Ayushi, you can do is this. I learned from my son when he was about 7 years old. I think he is a very good orator. But if you talk to him personally, he might not talk much. So he said, Mom, he was a very small child, and we were having a function in our office. He stood behind the entire office and he spoke about either it was 26th January or 15th August. So what he said was, Mom, it is not audience, is not all the people here. Audience is always one. So when you know that audience is one, you feel more comfortable. The second is, if it is my session, if it is my topic, just understand the POP, power of preparation. So if I am prepared, I know that whatever may come, I am prepared. So right now I am trying to live a holistic life, healthy and happy life. So I learn a lot about it. I read a lot about it. I practice a bit. So what happens? I'm prepared. So I will not be embarrassed about it. Anyways, if you fumble, to err is human. Fumble कर लिया तो क्या हुआ? फिर से correct कर दिया. Right? So perfection के पीछे कभी मत जाओ. बहुत ज़्यादा perfection करोगे तो you will always fall short of your own expectations. So just keep going. Right? Don't feel that anxiety. आएगी भी तो एक ऑब्जर्वर की तरह, जैसे टीवी देख रहे हैं ना. हाँ, एंजाइटी आ रही है, जा रही है, आ रही है.
Thank you so much for this session. I really like to hear your session. I'm a college student and I'm studying in Punjab University. I joined the session from Mittal Chawla. It helps us to join the session. Good. Thank you so much for giving us this information.
Pleasure, Ayushi. Let's stay connected. My Insta handle is Performance Coach Anuradha. Let's all of us stay connected there. Yeah.
Yeah. Anuradha, I have after discussing this, I had a very beautiful thing in my mind. So when we are the children, then we used when we start writing, we use the pencils. As we grow up, we start with the pen. And when we start with the pen, so we can't erase what is wrong. So here I feel that we have to be the pencils, not the pens. Don't consider yourself pen. Be the pencil so that we can erase the things that we have done wrong and we can correct it. So always believe, and I always believed that happiness is the state. It's a natural state of well-being. It's a natural state of a human. God has sent us on this planet to be happy, to live each every moment. But we are putting the conditions on the happiness. I will get this thing, then I will be happy. I will get this thing, but this thing will never end.
True.
So yes, we always talk about go with the flow. Go with the flow. The person who is swimming against the flow, definitely that person is strong. But the person who is going with the flow and adjusting with the flow is the strongest person, because he knows that how to control that flow and how to move with that flow. So this is my learning, and from the various sessions from all of your companies, and Anuradha, Kiran, you both are the wonderful company, and I really feel blessed that you both are here with me on this session. So I have a question about, we talk about the anchors, and we always, being a human being, we can't be this much aware that we are seeing the happiness in ourselves only. Definitely, it is our own state of mind, but even then, we have a lot of expectations, not from the materialistic things, but from the people around us. We forget that if we are happy, only then our surrounding can be happy, then the people around can be happy. But what we are doing, we are doing the opposite. We are doing, so okay, yeah, if I will be this person, if this person will behave with me like this, then I will be happy. So how to control these things, how to, expectations is a human tendency. We have to
True.
expect, and we should expect actually. But how to control these expectations, that we should not put in, no, I'm not saying that to control the expectations, but how to do this thing, that we don't put condition on these expectations, that
Wow.
person has to do this thing,
True.
how to, yes. So this is the thing I would like to discuss here.
Yeah.
We should do the expectations, it is a natural. And if we are not having the expectations from anybody, then we are not the human beings. But the only thing is how we can manage this thing, that we should not put the condition on the expectations.
ये ना वो प्यार और मोह वाली बात आ गई है ना? So what happens is we expect so much from others and we feel bad that the expectations are not met. So one very important thing which you are already doing, and that was the first question that Kiran had asked, was be in awareness. As long as I know that it is unfair to keep expecting from others, I am good, because I feel bad that Ekta did not give me this when I was expecting it. And then I also get aware, okay, I should not be expecting, right? So चोट भी खुद दे रहे हैं और फिर मलहम भी खुद लगा रहे हैं, हमें पता है ना? So awareness, I think, kind of heals us. So we will feel bad for once, and then we'll realize, oh, I am in the wrong for expecting so much, right? तो ये awareness से ही शुरुआत इसी से होती है ना? अवेयरनेस से, सो दैट वी आर अवेयर. जितना क्लोज रिलेशन होगा उतनी ज्यादा एक्सपेक्टेशन आती है ना? तो वही बात है कि हम स्पिरिचुअली अगर देखते हैं, हमारे रिलीजन में भी देखते हैं, हर जगह हमें क्या बताया जाता है? प्यार करो सबसे, पर मोह मत करो. कैसे ना करें? अपने बच्चे हैं, प्यार तो आ ही जाता है, मोह तो हो ही जाता है ना. बट वी नो दैट हाँ, हमें ये चीज पर ओवरकम करना है. Right. So right now I am the happiest because I know that I will see my son every day. But once he's out, he's going out of country or out of city, I'm going to feel bad about it. तो क्या मुझे पता नहीं है ये बात कि सबकी अपनी जर्नी है, मुझे नहीं बुरा फील करना चाहिए, पर बोलने से थोड़ी ना बुरा नहीं फील होगा. सो आई थिंक थोड़ा बहुत बुरा फील, थोड़ा बहुत दुखी होना अच्छा है. दुख होगा तभी सुख समझ आएगा कि क्या फर्क है. तो एक्सपेक्ट करेंगे तो
There's one
शायद
more thing.
समझ वाले को.
I want
Yes.
to add something. There's one more thing. Expectation reduces the joy of life.
Tarun, your voice was breaking. Can you repeat that?
I'm audible?
Yes.
I was saying expectation reduces the joy of life.
It does, but it is very difficult to get over the expectations. So we all are in the journey. We are learning. Probably one day we will say that we are 10% good. So that's my take on it. Thank you, Tarun.
So crux is, we must have the expectations, but we should understand, but whenever we are angry, we should keep ourselves in another's place. Wearing somebody's shoes. Only then we can realize that what we are expecting is right or wrong, and we should not be angry with that person. So
True.
definitely, to build the relationship, we can have the expectations, but not the condition on that. And definitely, similar way, it's a reciprocal way. If we have, then the other person also have few expectations. So कहते हैं ना कि एक बड़ी पुरानी मूवी भी थी कि किसी कुछ पलों के लिए या कुछ टाइम के लिए अपनी पोजीशंस चेंज कर कर देखते हैं.
क्या बात.
सो लेट्स सी कि क्या हम तब भी उतने ही खुद को कसूरवार मानते हैं या हम लोग वैसे ही खुश रहते हैं. सो ट्राई टू चेंज. जब भी ऐसा लगे कि वी आर वेरी एंग्री विद समबडी बिकॉज दैट पर्सन हैज नॉट फुलफिल्ड आवर एक्सपेक्टेशंस, तो लेट्स डू एन एक्सपेरिमेंट कि खुद को उसकी जगह पे अपनी पोजीशंस चेंज करके देखें एंड देन लेट्स सी कि जो आपके
We used to do
एक्सपेक्टेशंस
that in corporate, role reversal programs. Sometimes,
यस
they are
हाँ.
giving this training programs to say nurses in, a great hospital, something. So उसे patient बना देते हैं. देखो कि patient पे क्या बीतती है ना. That kind of a
यस
thing.
यस यस.
I have one,
So-
a small thing, just 1 minute now. I think, it's going on so very well, amazing. See, when it comes to responding or reacting rather, when it comes to emotions, everybody has its own degree of patience. Some people, like I've seen some of my very near and dear ones, they get angry, yeah, और वो फिर मुंह फैला के बैठ जाते हैं, मुंह फैला के बैठ जाते हैं 1 दिन 2 दिन 3 दिन. And the person like me and coincidentally my bachcha also, my son also, we are like, oh my God, बात करेंगे, चिल्ला के बात करेंगे, and अगले ही पल we'll go and we'll hug. Yeah, I'm not saying that I'm good and the other person is wrong. What I'm saying is we need to accept this nature that we take time. Some people take time. Yeah, it's okay, but in that time, I think the thing which I'm trying to put across is anger is natural, but to remain in anger for a longer time is unnatural. Accept anger, but ensure that anger doesn't convert into hatred. Anger ठीक है, कीड़ा काट लिया, गुस्सा हो गया, कुछ हो गया, ठीक है, but then it should be like वो सोडा की बोतल होती है, ऊपर गया तो नीचे चला गया. I think if that becomes and it doesn't turn into hate and the rest of hate, violence and बाकी फिर उसका कोई it's an abyss, it's endless story. That should not happen. I personally feel that. What's your take on this, Anuradha?
No, I think that's a beautiful way of, just bounce back. So I think that's wonderful. If we can get over our emotion of, disgust once and then improve on that, it is nothing like it.
I like it, yeah.
So when I think I remember my Guruji saying that every emotion has a shelf life of 2.5 days. So if you're feeling very sad, you will not be sad after 2.5 days. So probably, that is the shelf life he said that we have. Yeah.
I will not quote, a spiritual guru. I've been to so many ashrams my entire life, the last 3 decades. So, but I would say one of the gurus, spiritually so-called, he used to say कि जब प्यार आता है तो ज्यादा सोचो मत, उसी पल एक्सप्रेस करो, ठीक है, लेकिन जब गुस्सा आता है, कुछ हीन भावना आती है, उसे 24 घंटे पोस्टपोन करो यार. देखो क्या पता वो प्यार में बदल जाए, क्या पता आपको लगे कि अच्छा हुआ मैंने एक्सप्रेस नहीं करा, I was so wrong, right? And it works, actually, it works.
And I think we can control the anger with our awareness also. If we just focus on our, whatever we are feeling like, we can focus on our breath. When we get anger, we have, we are moving and taking a breath so fast. So the moment we take awareness on our breath, our body, or the mind, the anger will be, maybe we can control on that.
Wow.
That's
Absolutely.
wonderful, like we've been into Vipassana, Tarunji, for last so many years. My wife is, doing that. She keeps telling me the same thing. What you are saying, you are echoing the same thing. But sometimes practically, ऐसी की तैसी हो जाती है ना, breath की, ठीक है, देखा जाएगा, बाद में देखते हैं.
Something which is practice, which we need to be, follow maybe multiple times. And time is something, which will make, we will learn from time, If you get anger first time, I want to try, to get it control. Maybe 10% I give, and 20% and 30%. Maybe after 5 years, 10 years, I may able to control my anger, and I may be aware about my,
senses and my body and what we are doing, how I am reacting on the person. So it will take time, but the practice makes a man perfect or a woman perfect. So it will take time, but it will be there, I think.
Awesome, awesome, really awesome.
Yes, as
राधा जी
आप अनम्यूट कीजिए खुद को।
अनुराधा जी थैंक यू वेरी मच। एकता जी, आप अनुराधा जी को आपने मिलवाया तो बहुत ही अच्छी स्पीकर है, और बहुत ही इतनी इनकी एज नहीं है जितने तो इनके पास डेजिग्नेशन है। तो राइट, तो और किरण जी भी बहुत ही खूबसूरत पर्सनालिटी के मालिक है, और एक दो बार हम मिले हैं, अनुराधा जी से भी मिले, ऑल आर वेरी गुड। पर मैं एक बात बोलना चाहूंगा कि हम इस सेशन को रिकॉर्ड कर रहे हैं और ये बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट है, तो इसको कुछ ना कुछ ऐसे चैनल पे लाना चाहिए जिससे लोग इसको इस चीज को सुने और इसका बेनिफिट ले सके। तो आप चाहे यूट्यूब चैनल पे लाएं, चाहे फेसबुक पे लाएं, इसको अच्छा सा करें, क्योंकि ये इतनी एनर्जेटिक और बेस्ट बातें हैं जो सब लोगों को समझनी चाहिए, अंडरस्टैंड करनी चाहिए, उनका बेनिफिट सब लोगों को होगा। और ये यूथ को, जो आजकल का यूथ है जिसको रिक्वायरमेंट है, और यूथ क्यों, मेरे जैसे लोग भी जिनको आपकी बातें बहुत अच्छी है, तो इनको कुछ ऐसे एक चैनल पे लेके आया जाए जो इतनी बेस्ट बातें हैं, लोगों को अंडरस्टैंड करने के लिए कुछ ना कुछ ऐसा प्लेटफॉर्म जरूर बनाना चाहिए आप लोगों को।
Yes, I think, sir, very correctly said. And Anuradha ma'am has taken a very good step of to connecting all people. और यहाँ पे क्या ना, बेसिकली लोग लाइफ के बारे में समझ नहीं पाए हैं कि कहाँ जा रही है, किस तरफ जा रही है, कैसे ले जाना है, अवेयरनेस है ना अबाउट द एंगर। सो ये डिस्कशन कहीं होता ही नहीं, ना स्कूल में ना कॉलेज में बताया जाता है। तो दिस इज ऑल अबाउट लाइफ, हाउ टू लिव अ लाइफ, So very good initiative of the Anuradha ma'am, and
Actually,
I'm really
Tarun,
appreciative.
I'll correct you a little bit here. The
Yeah.
initiative is Ekta's.
Oh,
Parijay
okay.
is, yeah,
Because
so
I got a link from you, so I thought, I mean, this
I
is
know.
initiated by you. So
Right.
anyways, so Ekta, thanks for that. I mean, it's a really wonderful session.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, Ekta, for bringing us all together on the platform.
Yeah.
So I shared the link in all my network, and I see a few faces. Minnie is a friend, Pramod Ji is a friend and a mentor. Tarun is also a colleague and a friend now. So very happy to see all of you here. Vivek ji, aap to hai hi hai friend. Kiran, we have met. So
Yeah.
we are friends,
It's a
of
blessing.
course. तो अभी धीरे धीरे और इस नेटवर्क को बिल्ड करते हैं. लेट्स ब्रिंग मोर पीपल ऑन द प्लेटफॉर्म एंड स्प्रेड द मैसेज.
Yeah, and I'm grateful to, I think I didn't, because I was not sure that I'll be today available because of traveling. And thank God, like my plan got postponed, so I'm here. I'm really feeling blessed. And I could just pass on to my very close friend, Anshu is there, Anshu Mishra is there. So she is actually, MBA, she did the MBA a decade ago. So I think I would request her also to, whenever we have this kind of, programs, she will down the line, she will propagate, she will share to as many as people possible, so that people get benefited. What I think Tarunji is saying, what Vivek ji is saying, it's really wonderful, Ekta. Again, thanks a lot.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks to all of you. I want to correct here, Vivek ji. We already have a YouTube channel, and this event is live on the Facebook also. So on the Parijay Genus page, I have written the name Parijay Genus. You can Google, and you can check on the YouTube also. So for every session, we have the videos uploaded there. So we do the little bit of editing, extra things, and then we upload on the YouTube. So also, if you have received the messages, we have a subscription link where you can subscribe, and we will send you the regular mails for the upcoming sessions and a few other things. So I request all to please share, like, and subscribe our channel on YouTube, Parijay Genus, and follow us on the social media for the regular updates. And for the personal updates, you can subscribe for our regular mails, so that we can keep you updated. So this all, and definitely this is not only for today's, it is for every, anybody can go through the sessions. If you miss online sessions, then you can watch the recordings on the Facebook as well as on the YouTube. Just Google the Parijay Genus. So anything, anybody else would like to ask anything from Anuradha ji, or Kiran ji is also there? Else would like to ask anything from Anuradha ji, or Kiran ji is also there? So as Tarunji said, these messages, Vivekji said, these messages needs to be spread. So all of you, I request all of you to please help us to spread the messages for the upcoming sessions. Every session we are organizing one session every month on every 4th Friday at 6 p.m. So this schedule is fixed. So anytime you would like to join, so please go follow us on our social media links. For the next session will be on the Friday, 4th Friday at 6 p.m. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ekta. Thank you.
Thank you.